Congressman, your reaction to what happened in your state and, of course, the amazing heroism of those officers that saved so many lives.
Well, I, like many of you, was shocked that it would happen on Christmas Day, the most holiest day in all of Christian. I think that Christianity. I think that but it reiterates the fact that we need to make sure our law enforcement is fully funded. You know, it's interesting to me that Nashville really is the center of wokeness in this state when it comes to defunding our police, and many of the protests against our police are there. But you had police knowing that an explosion was going to happen, and then they went and literally knocked on the doors, I think, of around 57 families who could have lost their lives, and because of their heroism, no lives were lost. And I think that reiterates what every law enforcement man or woman does every single day when they put on that badge. They know that their lives, they could be called in to risk their lives, and that's exactly what these four excellent examples did. And of course, our Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the FBI's further investigation of finding out who it was, and I suspect we'll hear a motive soon, but right now that seems to be in question.
Yeah, the motive is definitely the big question mark. But take a listen to one of those hero police officers and what he went through during that explosion.
Probably about 5 minutes after we're there, I'd say that the timer then started counting down. The explosion went off. I got knocked to the ground. I immediately got up. Luckily, no injury, nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, you just think about what police officers have to go through every single day. And I think a lot of folks who could have heard that announcement, that countdown, may have, just poo-pooed it, considered it a joke. They took it seriously, and now they're being credited with saving a lot of lives.
Absolutely. And I mean, how do you not take something like that seriously? Tennessee, we've been, due to most folks around here's upbringing, we don't see this kind of thing happen. But in fact, this was a homegrown terrorist, and we'll have to address it. Of course, the closeness to the AT&T building and all that, and the disruption of power, you can't help. And him being a computer person by training and being a loner at that, you can't help but think that had something to do with his decision to do that. But my father served in the Second World War in the Marine Corps in the Pacific, and he told me, he said, if somebody wants to take you out and doesn't mind losing their own life, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And these law enforcement officers knew that, and they are, in fact, heroes.
That was certainly one of the themes of the conflict in the Pacific there, Congressman. Meantime, the other big topic, the other big story that everybody's following, Congress voting on $2,000 stimulus checks today after President Trump signed coronavirus relief and spending bill for the $600 versions. What do you think? Are congressional Republicans going to get behind the $2,000 version?
I think they probably would have in the beginning, but with Speaker Pelosi trying to cram down our throats an over 5,000-page bill, just giving us a few hours to read it, clearly the highlight of that whole legislation was we're going to export our wokeness into billions of dollars in these failed programs that we've done here, and we're trying to export them overseas and not allowing us to read it. It's the old let them eat cake kind of thing, and expecting everybody just to fall in line. And basically everybody did, except for 2 Democrats and over 50 Republicans in the House. I think that the American public is still outraged over that, and that overshadowed everything, the good things we were trying to do. But we got to decide if people that never lost their job, who are financially doing all right, should they be entitled to this $2,000? There should be some degree of separation between that and also the people that have lost their jobs. That's where the money needs to go, and there could be more money going towards them, and there should be a fund set up where they can apply for it instead of just this blanket approach that just doesn't work. It just shows you our priorities are way out of whack.
All right, Congressman, thank you. We got to leave it there. Appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank y'all for having me.